Hello people of YouTube and welcome back to another Lynnthethios video. This time is something that you've never seen before on this channel. However, you've probably seen it before. And no, I am not rated 800. Anyways, this is chess. If you don't know what chess is, I'm not going to explain it. Look it up. Or something. I don't know. I don't care. Anyways, we're going to be playing 3 online games, and we're just going to see how it goes. Starting with the game number 1. We have this Belgian 504. I'm playing as the white pieces, so I go first. We'll play the king's pawn to e4. I am rated 539. That's very low rating, by the way. Just so we're aware. I also don't play this much. But when I was at school, I played this quite a bit because, well, you know, what else is there to do? Learn? Yeah, right. You'll also notice that my opponent's not playing any move back. Okay. Not a bad move. Not a good move. Okay, he's doing the King's Indian. So the King's Indian is basically the least aggressive, but also next best opening. I only know a few openings, it's whatever. This is a pretty bad move, because now I can threaten this. He's going to have to undevelop it or move it forwards, which I think I can capitalize on that either way, no matter what he does. I'm pretty sure that was a pretty bad move. Yeah, because now he's going to have this, which should go back here, but I can take that, and what I'm going to do is start to kick him out of the position. Which, I'm curious to see how he'll respond to this. This is very, interesting. I can't say I've ever had a game go like this. You'll notice that about chess, is you don't often get a lot of the same experiences. Now, we do want to actually develop our pieces, which means moving them out from the back line, because they just become more useful that way. At least that's the theory. However, it does typically work that way, so yeah. Also, he probably isn't taking this for the reasons of my rook being here. And just so you know, pawns are 1 point, bishops and the knights, which are these two, are worth 3 points, rooks are 5 points, queen is 9 points, and a king you can't take, unfortunately, but if you could, that means you win the game. That's odd and doesn't make any sense, except for the fact that I could have had a fried liver attack, which now makes it make sense. If we could get rid of that, it would be nice, but we cannot. So a good rule of thumb is putting things in the center of your board. So another pawn in the center is good. Something I should probably do is castle, which means moving my king 2 pieces or 2 squares to the right and putting my rook on the other side of it, or to the left. I could do that over there, but not yet. He's going to kick out my bishop. Now, I didn't see that. However, what he doesn't see is that I have a check on his king, meaning he can only protect his king or move his king away. He can move to this green square here, or he can play the queen to protect it, or he can play the pawn to protect it too. It's always something you can do. Now, we're likely to lose the bishop if we stay over there, so we're going to pull the bishop back. Not very fun, not nice, but it's not over yet, because you can see here that we have the advantage on the dark squares. Actually, it looks pretty evenly balanced, but things I'm thinking we could castle like this. We can move the pawn up here, because if he takes, then I take, and there's nothing else to threaten it this way. So I'm thinking about doing that. It just kind of depends what his next move is. He's going to try and go here to take my knight, so I'm going to play this pawn here to stop that from happening, to prevent it. As you can see, neither of us have taken a single piece yet. And don't worry about my chair squeaking in the back either. This knight can go absolutely nowhere. That was a useless move. So now we're going to do this to try and capitalize on our position, you know. We can't threaten material yet, but we're sure close to doing so. He undevelops his knight. Never typically a good thing to do, and what we're going to do is we are going to move our bishop here. Because now my knight also protects it, and we're threatening the queen right here. So, well, right there actually, not over there. I wonder if he'll see this. We're playing at a very low elo. He does see it. That's still protected, unfortunately, my friend. So now, I think we should probably castle or break the position somehow. I'm going to play the queen out because I want to castle queenside, which is typically the less common castling. I typically want to castle short side. However, my short side's a little bit exposed, and you know, it's not too nice over there. I do leave myself open to castle either way I want, though. That's nice. Whereas he can only castle queenside. A lot of his pieces are on the back lines here. We should probably think about opening up some type of a fence. I'm thinking we could play the knight here, and then we have an attack on these squares, and our bishop's defending it, so if the queen takes, the bishop takes. That could work. That could throw a lot of problems my way. We just want to retreat this. If we retreat it back here, we can go here and target it here, or we can keep it here. I'm thinking we play it in the back lines like we have with everything else, keeping things very contained in our center. Very close is, I believe, what it would be called, a close position. Now, I'm not exactly good at the game. I'm a 500 rated, so don't take my word for truth. I don't know necessarily what I'm saying all the time, but I would like to think I'm better than 500. I'd like to think I'm around 800, 900 elo, so that is that. Now, he can go this way, which could pin me, but I also have knight takes, and this could take that. So really, he can only go this way, and I could take, and I could take, and I could take, and I could take. So that was a terrible move by my opponent, and now we're going to see me capitalize on that fact. And what we're going to do is, instead of moving the knight that way, we're going to move the bit. There's a pawn there. Oh. We're not going to do that. In fact, actually what we're going to do is we're going to castle, and we're going to castle short side because there's a bishop and a queen looking at my queen side, and I don't want to deal with that. But now my rooks see each other, so that's good. We can move them towards the center, or at least start to. He moved back away from that. That's okay. I don't really have any pawn breaks here is the unfortunate thing. A pawn break is when you move a pawn to try and break their line. I'm surprised we still haven't taken anything, to be honest. I'm going to try and get my queen out, perhaps. I think is the right idea. I think it was executed wrongly right there, but whatever. The problem with this position I'm in right now is if anybody takes, the other person gets the advantage. As far as I can tell. As far as I can tell. Okay, interesting. He wants to develop that again. Sensibly so. You know, I can move my pawn here. Pawn takes, bishop takes, rook takes. I'm not going to do that all of a sudden. Well, I'm at a loss for words, to be quite honest. I don't know how to play this position. I'm thinking this to try and in an attempt to trap the queen, perhaps. That seems like a good decision. Seems like the right idea. His bishop's no longer staring me down over here, so take opportunity of what I can. Maybe I just start moving the king to just try and get him to make the mistake, because I don't know what's going on. I'm thinking about maybe moving my rook over here, my queen here, and another rook here. Just try and get extra center control, developmental pieces, things like that. Don't know, though. The thing that's holding my entire line together is this knight. He's watching this and this, which is protecting from that and all sorts of things. I don't think I've ever gone this long in a game without taking a single piece. In an online game, I have gone this long in a game without taking... He said except draw. So problem with this is I'm rated a lot higher than him, so if I accept a draw, I will actually lose points. So I'm not going to be accepting this draw. I'm going to try... He canceled this way, so his rook is here now, which is very bad. I'm going to move my pawn up here, and I'm going to break through his little section over here. Interesting, interesting. So he wants to take my bishop. And otherwise, he takes that. And I don't have a way of counteracting that. So what I'm gonna do is cry myself to sleep. So if he goes here, I move the knight, then he takes. So if I go here, okay, I'm going to do this. I'm going to defend the piece. If he decides to take it, it's whatever. I mean, yeah, it sucks, but this bishop's watching here, and then I can move my queen up there, and then all of a sudden it's checkmate. So, I wonder if he'll take or not still. I don't want to play this here, or sorry, this here, because then if I do, the pawn can take, and then the king can get out, which we do not want the king to get out. King getting out is a problem. It's a big no-no. That's a pawn break. What are you doing? Are you mentally stable? Are you okay, my good sir? I can just take that for free, though. There's nothing wrong with me taking that there. There might have been something wrong with me taking that there. Now I can move my piece like this to defend everything I was looking at before. So far, I'm one pawn up. This is the biggest lead there has been the entire game. This is insane. Okay, so now what I want to do is get rid of this knight. But how should I do that? We'll play this pawn up. We'll see how we can get away with this somehow. Okay, so the knight goes, and then I'm thinking very hard. I'm thinking, okay, if I put the bishop here, then he takes. I'm down material now. Then I take even material again, and then he's under threat. If queen is here, and yeah, I'm doing it. That may seem like a very bad move, but it seems to be the only move that works. There's probably other moves out here on the corners and whatnot, like bishop takes, for example, was a very good one, because it also threatens the rook and can't be taken because the knight's guarding it, but this one over here threatens checkmate. Am I tunnel visioned? Perhaps. Do I have to focus on this move? No, it's a pawn. What's it gonna do? Hurt me? Yeah, right. I'm gonna regret that, aren't I? The fact that I made such a stupid looking moves is probably making him really think right now, because he's probably seeing some big plays coming out of this. So now, simply going to do what I said earlier, and I'm actually going to not move that bishop, because if I move that bishop, I no longer have this strong attack over here. If he does play his queen here, I can really only give it check, which can then defend back. Yeah, so then we're just going to put him in check and see what he does. If I can get the knight out to here, that doesn't really... Ooh, that does help, actually. Okay, now I can get my queen to here, and it's protected by the knight. And if I do that, that's checkmate. So, I don't think he can stop it. I think I won. Wait. How would he stop it? He can't stop it. Queen... The queen can't put me in check. The knight, the pawn. Okay, so now, checkmate. Let's go, baby! 2 blunders, 1 mistake, 1 missed win. Let's review the game then. So let's just do a self-analysis. We go 1 move forward, it's fine, it's king's pawn, blah blah blah, he does this odd defense. The king's enemy defense, he did not an odd defense. And you can see over here, this black and white bar puts me at an eval rating. So basically here we're normal. Then he moves his knight forwards, where he should have moved his knight was over here. It's an Alekhine defense, plus a king's Indian. That'd be a lot better. Then again though, I could take, but then he could also take, and he can threaten my knight over here later, which I would have to move somewhere. Forgetting about that, though, he didn't move there. He moved over here, which gives me an amazing advantage. I'm not exactly sure why. The kicking of a piece makes me go down lower. That's unfortunate. I know on mobile it will say if this is like you could have had something better. Here it's not saying it, so that's unfortunate. But that puts him back normal. I'm lessening my advantage by developing. So I've clearly done something wrong here. All of a sudden that gave me the advantage, put him in the check. That took away my advantage. I'm shocked at that. But okay, so then we just go normal moves, developing. That pawn move apparently destroyed his position somehow, and you know everything's pretty normal. He undeveloped, that wasn't bad. My threats were good. It's pretty even at this point. We still haven't lost a single piece on the board yet, so of course it's going to be even. And then we just go forward a bit. You can see the eval rating has no idea what to say. Then he moves his pawn forward to try and pawn break. And all of a sudden, I'm winning, and it's not even close. I don't know why exactly. He moves his queen here, and all of a sudden I'm winning even more. And then I make the biggest mistake of the game by playing my queen back, and all of a sudden I'm no longer winning. I don't know what the winning idea was there. I think maybe this seems to be a pretty good move. Yeah, okay, that's practically winning because you can't take anything and I can, so I guess that's what the idea is there. But I didn't do that. I made possibly the worst move, and then I had to move again, and then I didn't do it. So I don't know how they feel about that. Now this right here, they saw the bishop move and they said, wow, you're the perfect human being. You're amazing, you're brilliant, you're a genius. They probably thought that to themselves, you know, they really said that. And then he does pawn takes, says, that seems normal, right? Right? And then I have mate and 12. I have checkmate. I have forced mate. You can't win. And then I do this. He does that. Whatever he does doesn't matter, because I have forced checkmate. You can't take the bishop, because it's guarded by the queen. And then all of a sudden he moves to the side. I move my knight. Then I mate and 1. You want to take the bishop now? That's fine. My knight will win. He takes the pawn for some reason. Maybe thinking he can try and block something. I'm not sure. And then I move my queen there and it's checkmate. Amazing mate. Good move. That's great. But you know what else is great? The fact that it's time to go to the second game. Alright, here we are playing against somebody from India, Aryan K. We're playing with the black pieces, so I only really know 2 defensive openings. I know the Karo Khan and I know the King's Indian. We're going to play the Karo Khan because you open up with the King's Pawn. It rhymes, so that's how you know what we're going to do. Except Queen's Pawn also rhymes, so maybe not. Anyways, we're the exact same rating, so that's kind of cool. I'm not sure. Oh, well, I'm actually rated higher than him by 1 point, but whatever. I'm not exactly sure what opening that is that he's doing. I think it's the French. It's the French, yeah, if I remember correctly. Now, I don't exactly know what's going to happen here. That's interesting. And so is that. That's 2 games in a row where somebody hasn't protected their knight out. He can move his pawn forward, but I don't know if he wants to do that. And then I'm going to move my pawn here because it protects this, which he tried to threaten. He's going to move this up and I'm going to do this, and then he's going to take this. But what I'm going to do is this, that way it's defended, so yeah. It's an odd looking knight over there, I must say. I'm not really sure what that is, to be honest. I'm going to move the knight here with plans of doing this to threaten the queen, having it guarded, or plans of just taking like this if this moves forward. Now that's interesting. He did that so I couldn't threaten the queen. That's actually pretty smart from my opponent, and that kind of scares me at the fact that, hey, my opponent knows what he's doing. So we're just going to play this pawn up, make it a closed position, control the dark squares. Always a good thing to do when you're controlling one of the squares. I'm not necessarily sure why, I just know it is. And I do want to castle this side, so I'm not sure if I want to kick that bishop or not, but I'm going to kick that bishop. Also, if he does decide to take, I just play the king, the queen take. There's no threat there, really, so. Also, a bishop is worth more than a knight, traditionally, so. Now, that's interesting. If I go here, I'm not getting threatened by anything. If I go here, I'm also not getting threatened by anything. What can he take? He can take green pieces, so he could take this, which is already guarded, and so I'm just going to go here. His development's bad. My development's better. My development's not good. See? He would like to change that fact. Now, what am I going to do in response? I'm going to move this bishop out to do absolutely nothing. I'm also going to move this pawn up and this bishop here, that way I can control the dark squares as well as get my bishop on an active diagonal, maybe move the knight later, but that is what it is. I'm also planning on castling, so that's another thing. He can't Talking a lot is difficult. Anyways, he can't castle either way, so that's nice. He's trying to trap my queen, I believe, which is... Oh, I'm dumb. I could have taken his knight last move for free. That's my bad. Well, I'm going to simply castle now, because that seems like the right thing to do. I don't know if it is, but it seems like it. I think my queen is actively getting trapped, though, so I may want to change how I'm doing that. Then again, I don't see how it would get trapped. Yeah, actually, no, my queen is perfectly fine where it is. In fact, that might be the best position for it, to be honest. Unless I could get it over here. Ooh. I can try that, get a bishop down there, get a queen down there, and put it up in this diagonal to just aggress into the king. That could be good. That could be really, really good. That's not good. Well, we could do what my former plan was instead. We're going to move the bishop down here and try and put it on this diagonal here. We're not going to worry about this yet. We do have this takes, but I don't know if that's what we want to do. Luckily, these two knights are useless and don't see each other and also don't do anything. Just like me. He just like me for real. This game is just as close as the last one with a little exchange of a knight on a bishop otherwise. And still pretty early into the game. It's an interesting time we live in. In this chess game, that is. Now you see, that's interesting, but it doesn't help you at all. So I'm a little bit surprised by that move. I'm going to now play the check that I wanted to play. And if he's smart, he'll see that he can play king down, or he can play knight here, instead of trying to sacrifice his queen. Or he can play the pawn here is probably the best move. Because then I also have to break, and I can keep that safe, but... Oh no, actually that's probably like the worst move, because then I could just go back and do all that. Now that's a worthwhile exchange, but his knight's not doing anything, and I am. And you know what I can do now? Nothing, because if I take that, the rook will take, and the queen can take, and I can't. So, if I do that, and the rook takes, I go here. Because if he does queen take, I take queen, fair trade. If he does rook take, I go here, and now I throw in the queen and the rook. While also taking a knight. I wonder if he's going to think about that or not. Nope, not a chance. I don't think he was expecting me to do that. I'm now up a singular pawn. But you know what? That's better than not a singular pawn. A zero pawn, what they call them. So, how do I go from here? Is the question. I think maybe what I should try and do is move my knight around. But I don't have a good move for it. If I move this here, one of the pawns can take. Doesn't do anything. I can move this here and throw it in the rook over here in the corner. And, you know, if he tries to... he can't take back, but if he wanted to, you know, I just move back. If he decided to move his king over here and take my bishop, then I can move back. He castled. Okay, okay, okay. That's interesting. That's interesting. I can get that equal exchange now, which I think I will do because I'm up material and it is what it is. Okay. Now what? I don't have a light squared bishop. Where did that go? Wait, I should have two bishops, right? No, he took my two bishops. He's the one with the bishop. Okay, I should start getting my rooks active then, because they have not moved the whole game. Well, except for the one on the F1 file, the F8, but yeah. I could offer a draw, you know. I'm not losing any points this time around, so. However, draws are not entertaining. We need content, right? Oh, we did opposite side castling. Oh, that's not good. Things are going to get aggressive. I should probably move my queen over that way, then. I can move my... I can't, though. My queen's trapped. Wait a minute. My queen's trapped. Okay, we're going to do this. If pawn takes, I just blocked his attack, so... Alright, yeah. Now, what I could do is ignore it and run away. I'm curious if he's going to go after that. Another pawn goes forward. I'll just simply take with this rook, and then if queen take, pawn take. Okay. He's really lining up the scariest defensive file I've ever seen. And I can't do anything about it. However, what I can do is this, because he has nothing to take it back. Well, I mean, he could take it back with queen, but then simply I just take... I'm gonna need a second to process this. I should do that because I'm up material and whatnot, right? And then I could do this, and I can also throw in the bishop, and then all of a sudden this has to move, but now it's not guarded by anything, and I can just simply do this, and this is light squared bishop, so it's not exactly like I can guard the green square pawn. All of a sudden, I think I'm winning. Well, way more than I was earlier. He had a plan of attack, and it fell apart. I'm also up pawns, too. I'm up 2 pawns now. I could take this as for an equal exchange, and if he tries to take it with the rook, then I could take my rook. And he can't even take it back. Has he given up? He's given up, right? Like, there's no shot. And then I can move my rook here and double up and get this, and if he tries to take back with that, I can just take with this again. Or, well, this, specifically. That's not going to do anything to me, bud. Double up. His rook can't to go many places right now. It's got 2 squares it can go to. Interesting. Interesting. I'm not sure why you would do that, but interesting. We're just going to do a pre-move. A little pre-mover. Oh, okay. I'm going to take that. I have more pawns than you. I'll win that game. Boom, check. Okay, now what you want to do is go over there to defend the pawn that I'm going to take. And then I'm going to take either one of these pawns. You can't save this one. I'm just going to take it. And I'm going to take this one as well. Not diagonally, though, because, well, rooks can't do that. I mean, you've lost. Unless I stalemate. Oh, if I stalemate, that'd be awful. Now what are you gonna do? Did you think about that one? Go on. Take it. Oh my god. he tried to get some sort of advantage. Okay, so I'm gonna let him have that because I'm gonna do that. That's faster. But if he takes this, I just take that. Yeah. Listen, man, get your king out, man. Get your king out, man. Yep. I'll let you go. I'll let you go. When into here, he's just gonna take the back line. Yeah. I'm just gonna make a queen, so it's no big deal, really. He can go into the side here and then really cause some problems. Yeah. Queen. And now this is where you watch the fall of a man. A man so manly he never manned. That doesn't make much sense. What I wanted to do is go to the side here, but then I knew he could get away from it, so it's just kind of like... Take the pawn! Take the pawn! I need you to take the pawn! Thank you! Okay, that's so much easier. Oh. How about you give me a second to process this? Okay, great. Now you can't do anything. And I didn't stalemate, and I got a checkmate. Actually, I got a resignation, but that would have been a checkmate. 7 blunders! What GM right now is going to be watching this and says, I'm the worst player to ever exist? Jeez. Let's analyze this. Where was my 7 blunders? Surely they were all made in the same order. Like, all right next to each other. Okay, so easily Karo Khan variation coming out, going to the French, you know, getting the knight undeveloped, all that nice stuff. None of that's really affecting my eval. This is a pretty close position, pretty normal. Okay, takes, blah, blah, blah. I'm all of a sudden in the advantage, actually, after that. And then I blundered. There. Okay, so what would have been better? That's a good question. What would have been better there? I think maybe just developing normally? No, okay, I have something here, apparently. Okay, whatever I did, I didn't kill my chances, at least, so that's good. Maybe this? Every single move I've made so far is a terrible move, besides the one I actually made in the game, which is just not a good move. But it was like the one move that doesn't get me killed, so maybe this? That keeps my advantage the same as it was. I don't know why that, though. That's whatever. So we can just go back to the move I made. It's probably one of the only like moves that doesn't immediately end me. So here, I made a huge blunder here. I said this one in the game. I could take this for free, and he can't do anything about it. Except for maybe this, but then I can just simply go out of this way, and no big deal. Or, you know, I can just do... Not that. We don't do that. But, I didn't take it. Because I'm a stupid little idiot, and I didn't see that. And now I can't take it. Then I just cancel, you know, developmental pieces. We had the plan for the attack over here, obviously. Then he moves this pawn forwards. This was his worst move yet. Well, actually, hanging the knight was probably his worst move yet. Now I have him in check. Checking him here actually ruined my chances of whatever my chances were. And I ruined my chances even more. In fact, my chances are so low that I'm up material, and I have a 2% chance of winning, basically. He takes with the rook. But I had this thought out, didn't I? I planned this. Because then now I can take that. And my chance has gone down even lower. So that's not good. I planned that out. I said that was my best moving ability. Hold on, what was the What was the good move here? Just develop? What was this the good move? Nope. That wasn't good. What was the good move here? Was this a good move? I mean, that's not bad. What was the move? I'm so curious. It does not tell me what was the right move here. Whatever. I didn't make a good move. I made a bad move, basically, is all I was trying to say. So, oh. Wait, what? Him moving this queen one square ruined his entire game. I'm at a loss for words of why that is. Okay, my bishop move also ruined me. I was supposed to take that for some reason. Oh my god, that's genius! What? Okay, but for what if he did that? Okay, if he did that, then I'm in an even worse position. So like, what I did wasn't necessarily bad. Because now I'm turning his rook. Okay, I'm still losing L. He castles. I'm winning top tier games again. I did the plan previously, but now he just takes the rook, and you know I got pretty even chances, which is a lot better. Oh my god, where did my chances go? Okay, that queen move just ruins him again. Okay, I think what it is that he's not ruining his moves. There's something he's not seeing, I think, is the problem here. All of a sudden, I just won. Yeah, okay, I see why I won. But, so I play that for that exact reason, and that's what I was thinking in my head. But apparently he has something that's just, like, far more winning here. I don't necessarily know what it is. All of a sudden, that makes me win again. Okay, it's clearly that he's just not finding the right move. Except for here. Here, it wasn't about finding the right move. It was actually, I was genuinely even now. And then I just won the game. just straight up won the game there. That move, that single queen trade, is what won me the game. And then all of a sudden, it's not even close. The demolition of his pieces, his side, it's all over. It's too easy. The slight chance he had up there is gone. I now have mate, forced mate, and we can just go into it and see how it happens. And yeah. Then he resigned. Now, before you resign from watching this video, you shouldn't forget that there's going to be one more game, a third game even. Let's go play that now. Okay, welcome to the third game against David Mieran from 524 rating. We're going to play another Carl Khan. Okay, he fast-pieced it. Well, probably not the right idea. Is that a Vienna? That's a Vienna. He's trying to Vienna me. I don't like you, sir. Sordom. If I take that, the knight gets out, but I mean, it's whatever. Surely he just takes with the knight, yeah? Okay. Then we can play a bishop here, try and threaten that, of course. Because now I have that, he's going to probably move back. He didn't move back. I'm going to do this. And if he decides to take, I take, and I get my rook out. And if he doesn't decide to take, I can now take. And then take again. Then again... Actually, no, that's a pretty even trade of pieces. Actually, that puts me up in material, so I might do that. Actually, no, I will do that if he does not move. Get out of my way, good sir. He's just simply not moving. I'm not sure why. Okay, he decided to take. Now I will also decide to take. And all of a sudden I have this rook out potential. And that's awful. You're an awful person. The worst kind of person. Okay, his structure is destroyed. He has no pieces developed. My structure is also destroyed with one piece developed. But you know, it's whatever. It's whatever, will we? That's odd, is what that is. We're gonna move this pawn here. If he moves forward, I cannot move forward. If he decides to take, I can take, and that also threatens his knight that he put there for whatever reason. I don't know why he put the knight there and not, like, there. Okay. Now I'm also threatening your knight, my good sir. Okay, he can take that, and that's... Neither of those are very useful. So I'm just going to get myself moved out now. I'm also thinking of taking bishop this way. So if he takes, just knight here, he can't move anymore, and then get that out and then take. I'm really curious to know what's going through his mind right now, because our positions are ugly. He still has queenside castle looking nice, though. Neither of my castling looks nice. Maybe over to this side, but yeah, I think I'm just gonna keep my king in the center of this game. Anytime now, Mr. Czechia. Any day, any day. Any day, but I can wait all day. Speaking of this game against Mr. Czechia, like I said, this is a very interesting. But this is a very aggressive game. The last two games are very closed, took a while, but these are aggressive. I'm not threatening his knight. If he decides to take here, I can actually just take, and I can just move my rook over, and I can move my king over. And, well, if takes, that's not, I mean, that's no big deal, really. Okay. I'll play your sick, twisted little game. No, so basically, idea here is if he takes that, then I can take back now. And yeah, that's kind of a bad trade, but it's a more active knight than mine is, so... This bishop is more active than that knight, but this bishop is less active than that knight, therefore it's just better. That's a check. Why would he do that? I don't understand why you would do that. That's a free knight. Thanks. Welcome to the 500 ELO level rating. For your information, I quite literally only watch games above 2,400. So I'm not even used to this. I hardly play. Obviously, watching games and actually correlating to your play doesn't necessarily mean you're going to be that same level of play. That should be obvious. But I can easily spot out that was the worst possible move. Like, okay, well, probably wasn't the worst possible, but that was bad. That's also a bad move too, because that does literally nothing. And I can just now put your king in check, and you have to move the king, because you don't have the right pieces in the right places. I wonder if I can somehow sneak in the position. Probably not. Yeah, there's no way to sneak in, but that was a pretty cool attempt while we had it. Now I think we should start actually developing here. So the idea here is to obviously have aggression on this pawn. If this pawn goes forward, I just take with this pawn, and bishop takes. Oh well, I guess. For this, well, I'm not really sure what I can do with that, to be honest. It's just a developing move. It's nice, you know. I want to put this over here. So one thing you should never do when you're down material is trade pieces. I'm up material by at least 3 now, and he's trading pieces. That's a very bad thing for him to do. If you're up material, going down as many pieces as possible, keeping your lead is the best, because it just simplifies the game. All your hard brain puzzle that, you know, the other person had threats at any time is just no longer there. It's no longer a problem. I mean, yeah, okay. Now, what are you going to do when I apply some actual open file pressure with this rook? I haven't moved my king once. I could castle the queenside still. This rook hasn't moved. Which might be what I do. Then again, there's a lot of bishops looking at it, so maybe not. What did he take? Just a pawn? Okay, that's fine. The move here would be to do this. Then he takes that back, and then that opens up, and I don't want to do that. So, instead, what's going to happen is I'm going to do this with ideas of doing this, forking the rooks, as well as being protected by my bishop so the king can't take. I hope you guys are following along with the arrows as well as I'm thinking about them. I think his best move here is probably to play bishop here, but then again I'm just going to take if he does that, so maybe bishop here. Bishop here is probably his best move. But then again, is it? I don't know. This is a very curious position. I have a fried liver attack, though, with potential of fork. Yeah, that's his literal best move. Okay. So, then what? I can't take that yet. Let's get this out to an open file, shall we? He needs to do that or this. Don't trade down your pieces when you're down material. It's simple. Now I'm just going to take this if you give me the opportunity. What are you going to do? Move the rook to the open file? Sorry, no, that's the open file? That's not going to scare me. I have this. He's going to have to move the bishop, and if whatever way, he needs to move it here, realistically, because if he moves it over here, then I have takes. You can tell by our time difference, 725 and 349, we're not on the same level, but also the fact that he's like really thinking about this. They are really, really thinking hard about this. And to be fair, I mean, they've made some good moves. This was literally the best move in the position, so. I'm just curious of what he's going to do. Okay, yeah, I told you I was not scared of that. Yeah, there we go. Alright. Now, that's a check. Now I can move out my green bishop, which hasn't moved the entire game. And I think what I'm going to do is go here, offering up a trade, king take, pretty simple things like that. He's been trading down every piece so far, so I wonder if he'll keep it up. Also, by the way, if you can tell, my little profile picture down here is Marcy Wu from Amphibia actually playing Flipboard. But it's basically their show's version of chess, so that's cool. I think that's cool. I get a little funny chess profile picture, and you get to lose your games. He's going to obviously play rook here or rook here, but that's no big deal. We want to create some aggression, so we're going to do... No! No! Yeah, he was a good sport. Yeah, he's a good sport. Yeah. I didn't even see that! He moved his rook here. It was the open file, obviously. He had plans of going down. I was going to play my bishop here, you know, apply pressure here, and then I could put my rook here and put him in check. But then I actually clicked my bishop, and there was a circle around the rook. The rook was open. Why was the rook free? Look at the time difference. He has 3 minutes. I have 7 minutes. He's 4 minutes under me. That's insane. Also, look at the mistakes, the blunders, the missed wins. I have 1 mistake. 0 blunders, 0 missed wins. I did good. Let's review that game. Okay, welcome to the game review of apparently what was my best game of the day against, I believe, the lowest rated player I played all day. So, also, I'm now the highest rating I think I've ever been, which isn't necessarily good, but you can tell by the way I've been playing that I should probably be at least rated 800, so maybe 700. I don't know. I've missed some pretty free moves. Okay, so opening up with the Karo Khan, obviously I've won every game today, and that includes 2 Karo Khans. So Opening that up, he plays a regular game. I simply take, he takes, blah blah blah. Bishop out. These are the normal moves. That pawn move was apparently not so good, but it wasn't bad, not inaccurate. He takes, I take, it's whatever. I'm now losing more than I was before, but it's still pretty even. Yeah, it was an alright move. I just play back, simple stuff. Simple pawn breaks. I just take. Now I have a completely open file, completely open, and it is what it is. We're completely even. He moves this knight here, it's whatever, and he can't take anything. I move pawn here. He probably sees that. I didn't see that, or maybe I did. I don't remember. But anyways, he just puts all this protection and pressure on it. And it's whatever. We keep it tense the whole time. I move this up, we'll kick his knight out, it's whatever. He moves it in a compromising position, but not compromising enough to care. And all of a sudden I'm losing. And then all of a sudden I'm winning? He plays his knight to an open square where, he checks my king. This looks real nice. But then queen takes, and oh my god, I'm winning by so much. And then bishop out, and this seals the game apparently, somehow. Mainly because it's useless. I put a check. That was a bad move. Okay. Why was that a bad move? The same reason that was a bad move, I guess. I'm not good at this game. Well, clearly I am. I've won every game, but I'm not very understanding of what I was supposed to do here. So maybe it was this move. It actually was that move. Why was it that move? Oh, I see. That's actually really cool. Okay, yeah, that was a good idea, but I didn't do that. So what actually happened in the game was I just checked him, and then he moves his king, and that makes me winning again. And I take the first queen trade I'm offered because I was up material, and I stay up material for the rest of the game. I get my rook in the open file. He takes the pawn over there on the side. I just move my knight out with plans of doing a fried liver attack, forking the rooks, of course, and then all of a sudden he plays literally what I think is the best move. This right here, right? His winning chances should go up now. My winning chances went up. No, okay. I don't know how my winning chances went up from that, but whatever. Then I have that with the rook, and then just rook takes, trading, making an equal. I no longer have the fried liver attack. It's no problem. I got the rook anyway. That rook is not scary at all because I have guard, all that good stuff, Then I just take the bishop because trading down material. I'm up material. It's good to trade down. And then I have this fantastic, fabulous check here. And he moves out of the way. Simple. I take my rook over here. I'm up material. I want the trade. So he takes. I just trade. And he says, no, I don't think I will, actually. I don't want to take your rook. But you can have my rook anyways? What? Why? Why did he move it there? I think the reason he moved it there because he saw a completely open file. But, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't even see that. The guy resigned so fast after I did that, too. That was such an interesting and aggressive league. It was a good game. It was a nice game. But you know what else is nice? If you would like the video and subscribe. Now, that's all for today's video. Bye.